And there needs to be repercussions. There needs to be repercussions. And those repercussions start and end at the gaffer. He can't continue. He can't continue. It would be a slap in the face. It would be a slap in the face of all the fans who have to put up with watching this. It would be a slap in the face of all the players who deserve better than this. Players like Riley McGree, players like Yordy Boss, players like Jackson Irvine, everyone in the squad who can perform at such a better level than what they've been performing at because of the approach that they've been forced to go for, because of the way that they've been forced to play the game. I don't know, like, he has to go. He has to go. And it breaks my heart because after the World Cup, mate, I loved him. Like, and a part of me still will always love him because of that tournament and what he's been able to do. And it's the die a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain, right? Arnold was a villain. The Asian Cup in 19 was bad. Went to this World Cup, got there by the skin of his teeth, and then performed and exceeded expectations. And he should have realised that this is it. This is as far as I've been able to get this team. He should have left then. He should have left post that World Cup. But for whatever reason, he didn't. You can call it arrogance. You can call it ego. You can call it securing his family's future because of the money that would have been offered at him. Whatever you want to call it. He's still there. And I think he's contracted for a couple more years. I can almost guarantee you he'll take the under-23s to the Olympics. If he fails then, has to go. Has to. Like, non-negotiable. It's arguably non-negotiable right now that he has to go. And I think he does. But I don't hate the guy. I'm not going to sit here and abuse him. I'm not going to sit here and call him a shit bloke because I don't know him. And from all accounts, he's probably a great guy. And he's been able to get the Socceroos team to playing at levels, which I haven't seen him play in a long time, in terms of at the World Cup, right? And he's given me that moment of when Lecky scored and he was in charge and he gave me that moment. So I'll be forever grateful for him. But he needs to go because this squad has outgrown him. And we've seen he cannot set up a squad this talented with the appropriate tactics. He can't. And that's not his fault. He's just not that good of a manager, which is fine. Not everyone can be Pep. But acknowledge that and acknowledge the players you have at your disposal far outweigh your ability to manage them and leave, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And my opinion isn't fucking fact. So I'm not going to sit here and say that if he doesn't, they're wrong, because he could stay in charge and then we could win the Olympics, get gold at the Olympics, right? We could do that. It won't happen, but he could. His future it's bleak, very bleak, and as in the future of the Socceroos right now is bleak if he stays in charge, because I don't see a drastic change in football overnight. I mean, when you look at the solid football that we play, yeah, we're good. Defensively, we're okay. In transition, we're pretty good. When we dominate the ball and when we have a lot of possession, we're toothless. We're flaccid. There's nothing. Tipota. Right? If I want to start speaking Greek. There is nothing going forward when we start dominating the ball. In transition, we're fine. Right? We're great. But when we've got players who are better at playing, that are better than playing transition football, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders and say, what more do you want? And what more needs to happen? I am very sad right now, and I was even worse on Saturday. At the end of the day, I think without sounding really harsh, without sounding really harsh and without abusing Graham Arnold right now, our squad is too good for him. His tactical ability and his managerial ability is not good enough to coach a squad of this level. That's all it is. That's all it is. And that's fine, because not everyone can be Pep Guardiola. Not everyone can be Jurgen Klopp, right? And I'm not saying the Socceroos are at a level where we deserve to be managed by coaches like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that Graham Arnold has shown across a couple of tournaments that he has one way of playing football, and that way of playing football is a style that does not suit our players, because our players are too good to be playing that style of football. So we need a manager who is willing to take risks, who's willing to play fast, expansive, open football, because our players are good enough to do that. And Graham Arnold, for whatever reason, either chooses not to play that style or can't play that style, and that's fine. But he cannot coach his team any longer if we want to go to where a lot of people think that we can go. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I'm not going to, that's all it is.